My name is Amy Bronson, and I just finished up the second year of the MGA program here at the Munk School of Global Affairs. And during the fall semester of my second year, I went on exchange to the Hertie School of Governance in Berlin in Germany. I wanted to go on exchange because I think it is very important to take the opportunities when you can get them to learn about the world and other parts of the world from people from very different places. So professors all from Germany who had professional experiences in Germany and at the European governance level, that was really important because it really shows the way that information is conveyed totally differently. It can be the same point in world history or the same kind of theory, and it's going to come across in a very different way from a very different culture and background, even though we may not necessarily think that Germany is as different as here. It's not, that strikingly different in some days, but that was why I wanted to go. I think that that gives me a perspective now that will be really helpful in thinking through issues that will come up that have a global nature in my career. Being able to think, oh, that's what the Germans said, that's what the people in my class from Japan said, that's what the Americans were thinking, and that's really cool. Berlin was very fun. Berlin is an amazing city, and it's very affordable. There's so many arts and cultural things to do, the most obscure things. Also really striking is just the influence that being like a post-conflict place that had the wall put up, the communism and all in one city is really, really interesting, and it's much different than reading about it. One of my favorite courses was a post-Cold War crisis diplomacy course taught by a former German ambassador to the US who had been involved in negotiating the Dayton Accords. And in the class there were people from all over Europe, including the countries that had experienced the Balkan crises, and that's kind of unique. You don't always get that in the same way here. And it was very interesting hearing these first-hand experiences, and that was probably one of the most striking courses that I took, was really understanding from like a person who'd been there and done that perspective, and that was really cool. A group of us from all over the world, generally, like people from England, Kosovo, US, Canada, and myself from Canada, we would often go to the student cafeteria called the Mensa in Germany. I guess maybe they're all over Europe. And every day after this class, we would get together and have lunch at this really, really subsidized cafeteria and discuss the issues that we had been talking about in the post-Cold War class, as well as the current day implications of them from this perspective where there's 4 or 5 or 6 different countries representative at that table, and really getting to dive into first-hand stories of people who lived through them, as well as perspectives from totally different parts of the world was really valuable. Being at another professional program in another country gives me a new professional network, as well as friends, but a professional network that you can kind of ask questions if you want to know about governance or something professional in another country. I'm going to have people I can send an email to, hopefully for the rest of my life, if I can keep some of those contacts, and just ask about, hey, what are you guys doing in this Hungary these days, or whatever it is. So that is really valuable to me. So getting to travel throughout Germany and a bit of Europe, it's a bit cheaper, really cheap to travel once you're there. So maximizing seeing people that, seeing old friends who live in other cities, going to little cities in Germany called Bremen. I spent some time there with an old friend, and going to Stockholm, London to see friends, but also doing, tourism in Prague and places like that. So I think that it is really important in a global affairs program to maximize your participation in global affairs in any way you can. And whether or not you go abroad for your internship, going on exchange is an incredible way to do that and build connections that create a way better understanding that we need here in Canada and around the world to kind of be good professionals that have this background. And it's important to be brave and don't worry so much about the courses and how the bureaucracy needs and what might translate to what grades you get, because that is not what life is about. Life is about those connections and what you really learn from immersing yourself. So go out and take a language course, go to another part of the world, and meet people you would never meet, because it will make this program extremely worthwhile for your life.